I believe, scheduled for 5:15 p.m. So if we're successful in going live here at 5 o'clock, we will have a bit of a pregame show. It's coming right up on 5 o'clock, straight up, and we'll see what we've got in the way of audio. And hopefully we won't need to do a restart. And we'll see. 5:15 p.m. Oh, yeah, it sounds good. Stig's in the house, Lance is in the house for the pregame show. And this is scheduled, emergency live broadcast scheduled for 5:15 p.m. So we do have a bit of a pregame show going on right now for the early birds in the house. And yeah, we're going to talk about RIOT watches. We're going to talk about RIOT watches. What watches should you wear in a RIOT? Okay. Probably wouldn't be that Patek Philippe that we were looking at last broadcast. Probably wouldn't be that. Probably would not be wise to wear that particular Patek Philippe in a RIOT circumstance. Lance is in the house. Carlos is in the house. I don't think he would want to wear his 5196 either in a RIOT situation. Maybe the Doxa. Is that how you pronounce that? Doxa? Maybe that orange thing? That might be a good RIOT watch. So let's see. I'm going to do a search RIOT watch. I didn't do this before. I want to see what comes up and see if anything interesting comes up when I search RIOT, R-I-O-T, RIOT watch. Oh, yes, RIOT, R-I-O-T. There it is. Okay, so let me go to images and see. Well, this is what Google is suggesting. And I'll tell you what, they're suggesting a bunch of ugly watches. They really are. Those square ones, I don't know what those are. A lot of square things there. Nixon RIOT watch. Interesting. So I guess there is such a thing as a RIOT watch. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that? So, yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about what watches you should wear in a RIOT situation. And let's see here. Because G-Shock says, Joey, a G-Shock is best for a RIOT. It's very tough. Doxa would be a good RIOT watch, definitely. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to make the argument for the 231 Stunner, because the 231 Stunner, you know, titanium is extremely corrosion resistant. So even if they throw like really nasty acid at you and stuff, and some acid gets on the watch, I think this grade 5 titanium is going to do a pretty good job resisting acid dunking. Now, I'm not sure about the sapphire crystal. I'm not sure how resistant that is. That would be another issue. But I think the titanium would be very good for chemical attacks. And notice, of course, I'm wearing my Willis & Geiger Safari shirt, which is a heavy cotton canvas. You don't want to wear something that's a blend or synthetic material, because if embers get on that, it can literally melt the fabric onto your skin, and that would be very uncomfortable. This cotton canvas, of course, it can get a little burn spot in it or something like that, but it won't melt and like adhere itself to your skin, which some synthetics will do in a RIOT situation. You might also want to wear a Nomex flight jacket, a fireproof flight jacket made of Nomex. You might want to wear that just in case, because if we just search keyword RIOT, I'll show you what we're talking about here. Let's just search keyword RIOT. This is what we're talking about, okay? We're talking about quite often you're going to have a situation where you're going to be dealing with fire, and possibly chemicals. See down here? See the chemicals? Okay? Chemicals. So you could be dealing with fire, you could be dealing with chemicals. You could, of course, be dealing with shocks. And so, yeah, it could be a dicey situation out there. a very dicey situation. So let's see here. The Panerai Lefty says, okie dokie. By the way, if anybody wants to send me a link to a photo, I'll be happy to bring it up. If you've got a RIOT watch that you want to send me a link, I'll pull it up and we'll show it on the screen. And Panerai Lefty, all right. A Victorinox Inox would be good in a RIOT. There we go. G-Shock would be the perfect RIOT watch, cheap, tough, and reliable. Yeah, but if it's plastic, it could melt. You'd have to have the all-steel one, at least. Plastic one could melt. I don't know how well that would handle flames. David's in the house. He says, hi, Craig and all. David Williams in the house. I bet you his 005 could handle a RIOT. That 9F is a tough movement. I think the Doxa bezel can hurt more than the 231. I also think Doxa clasp would be harder to break. That's possible. This clasp was pretty robust. Remember, this is the clasp that they used on the 300. What's that diver that they made? Anyway, the diver's watch that they made. You guys know the one I'm talking about. This is that same clasp. It's a pretty rugged clasp. So I think it would hold up pretty good. I don't know that I would use the watches though as brass knuckles. Like I think you can only do that with a couple of hits. I think something would come loose. Something would break. It'd probably be the pins where they meet the case. Probably be the pressure pins. Those would probably fail first, I would think. So you might not get very many hits in with that. You'd be better off if you had a pair of actual real brass knuckles to use in the RIOT. By the way, those are getting hard to get. I checked on eBay and there's none of them. I guess they're outlawed. I guess you're not allowed to buy brass knuckles anymore. Okay, Panerai Lefty. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, Panerai Lefty. And this is a 47 mil watch. I'm going to pull it up here. Give me a second here. Okay, so here is the Panerai Lefty. Panerai Lefty. Yeah, well, I don't think you'd want something on a strap. I'm not thinking that you'd want something on a strap in a RIOT situation. Maybe, though. Maybe that would be a possibility. I think okay, I read that. Okay, nice title. Well, this was suggested by a subscriber that I do a RIOT watch show with all the RIOTs going on, and just so that folks know what watches they can wear to the RIOT situation. Of course, my first advice would be to avoid the RIOT situation if at all possible. I had a discussion with a buddy of mine about, how do we fix these issues where a lot of this is economically driven, right? It's the haves versus the have-nots type of thing. I mean, the conflict that's as old as time. And the problem is that the money and the resources get transferred from the weak hands to the strong hands. And that's happening more now than ever because of the technology, the revolution with technology, that people that work smart and make the right decisions can really get ahead, and people that don't work smart and don't make the right decisions, they fall drastically behind. It used to be you could make a good living with your brawn, with your strength. Now it's mainly with the noggin that you make the money. And so the money is being transferred from those who can get things done and can be positive and can build a business and so on and so forth. It's getting transferred to them from the folks who, for whatever reasons, are not willing to do all those things. And it's usually the decisions. And I was I was labeled a racist on a comment on, I think it was yesterday or the day before's video, because of the comments I made about people making bad decisions. Of course, I blocked that person. Blocked them right away from the channel, right? It has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with people making decisions that that result in poor outcomes. And those that are rioting and so forth, in many cases, they're making some bad decisions that might result in poor outcomes for them. So there you go. That's how all that works. It's not real complicated, not super complicated. Kevin's in the house. Tom Cruise watches. Okay. Let's see. Dead Kennedys did a song called Riot. The last lines are, tonight it's a blast, tomorrow you're homeless. Oh, well. Or they might not be homeless. They might be in the clink. They might be in the slammer, too. Jay's in the house. G-Shock, okay, would be the perfect one. It's solar-powered with an LED light, and it's all metal. I might actually get it instead of the khaki field 38J Halo in the house. And Carlos is in the house. A problem of the new cars is that they do not have regular keys. A classic car key in your fist can be a dangerous weapon. There you go. I hear you. Let's see. Of course, an expert can use a simple ballpoint pen as an effective weapon. Also, and this is a Fisher Space Pen today. Fisher Space Pen, the original. So you deploy it like that, and then you press this button on the side to retract. That's the original Fisher Space Pen. That's the pen that I would take into a riot, because just in case you have to write upside down, just in case you find yourself upside down and you need to write, you're going to want to have a Fisher Space Pen. And somebody says, avoid riots. I've been living under a rock. Can somebody give me a quick one over the riot situation? Kevin in the house. As far as I know, they've been burning some businesses and burning some places and burning some police cars. And I think somebody got shot and killed. I think somebody got, I saw a little video on Twitter or something. Somebody got dragged by a semi-truck. Ooh, boy. They were in between. It was I think a FedEx truck with a trailer on the back. You know how that big semi pulling another like semi-trailer? So two trailers, right? And he was in between the two, and I think they were getting into the back of the truck to loot, to take stuff, and this guy got caught up in between the truck, and they were trying to break into the cab and get to the driver and all, and he drove off, right? He said, the hell with this, right? He started driving off, and he's literally dragging this guy, and I think the tandem wheels from the rear trailer, the big semi wheels, I think he got caught up in there and dragged, and I don't think it ended well for him either. Boy, that's a dicey situation there, trying to, that's like the dog, chasing the milk truck. You don't want to catch up to that. Yeah, that doesn't end well for the puppy. So, yeah, some wild stuff going on. Some wild stuff. I wonder if he had a G-Shock on. Let's see here. Somebody said, well said, Craig. And Kevin says, morning to Stig. And Deepaw says, howdy. And Lance says, Craig sent you a photo of a riot watch. We will take a look, Lance. Absolutely, we will. User says, I think what you're saying, Craig, is that the cop went too far, but George wouldn't have been in that position if he weren't committing a crime. Yeah, generally speaking, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're sideways to the police. It generally speaking doesn't end well. I mean, even if you're in the right, you don't want to be in that kind of a situation. And so it's not a good idea to mix it up with people that have a gun and other tools that they can use to bring you harm. It's usually a good idea to wave and, hey, hi, how you doing? Even if you think the guy's a total SOB, right? Put that fake smile on and, oh, hi, how you doing? And move along. I think that's the best way to interact with those that carry guns and have like belly clubs and stuff, like nightsticks and all that kind of stuff. It's best not to mix it up with them. Joey's in the house in New York City. There's thousands of speed cameras. Just destroy that and not the stores. There you go. So unfortunately, it seems that anybody that does not agree with the leftists is a racist and fascist. U.S. used it not to be that way. In Spain, we have been 30 years like that. I hear you. Kevin, what is the time at your place? Here it's 23:14. Carlos says LOL. Let's see. David Williams says, Carlos during PP, Carlos during PP with, okay, it was good, okay. And let's see, let's keep going on here. David, from the left, basically the same you see with Trump, okay. Apparently George was a pre-existing condition. I heard a rumor, I think it's just a rumor bumping around, that they actually classified his death as COVID-19. I actually heard that rumor, but that can't be true. Can't possibly be true. So David's in the house. When I was in España, he was prime minister. Life was generally good. And Fortnite. Okay, all right, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what Lance has for us. Let's see what Lance has for us for a RIOT watch. A RIOT watch. By the way, this is the one that Lance sent us last time, this beautiful Crador. I don't think you'd want to wear that. I don't think you'd want to wear that in the RIOT. I think we'd leave that one alone for the RIOT situation. Let me reload this here. Oh, I've got a couple of let's do Carlos first. Let's do Carlos first. The cufflinks, the beautiful cufflinks. Oh, wow. Cool. Cool. Those frog cufflinks look like they might be 24 karat gold. They look even more than just 18 karat gold. I like them. I like. Now, how well do those work with just the ball? I usually use the cufflinks that have the pivot on them. Where you push them through and then you pivot it to keep it from coming back out. How do those work with just the fixed ball like that? Do those tend to work okay? Look like to me they'd be too spaced apart to hold the cuff together well. But yeah, that's cool. Cool stuff. Yeah. Oh, I got some more cool stuff to show you too in a couple minutes. Don't let me forget to show you the strap that's in progress for the 002. The strap that's in progress for the 002. And here's some gold pieces. Some gold pieces. Oh, cool. Cool. Gold piece, I guess, gold piece bracelet. I guess that's what that is. Okay. Very interesting. All right, let's go 24 karat gold. Yeah, let's look at this. Here's a sin. Here's a sin. That would be a potential RIOT watch. I'm assuming that's titanium. It looks like it's titanium. I'm assuming it's titanium. I think you definitely want titanium as a RIOT watch because it's highly resistant to chemicals and to corrosion and all the ramifications of a questionable environment. Okay, let's see. Craig, thoughts on the SBGX259? Did you ever see it in person? Okay, let's pull this up. SBGX259. We've definitely looked at this before because it's a visited link in my browser. We will pull it up. Oh, we've talked about this many times. Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, that's a sister watch to Kyle's watch. I can't recall specifically seeing this model in person, but I think I probably did. But I mean, they're stunning because Kyle has one, I think with the black dial, and it is stunning. Yeah, I mean, it's no joke. Just because it's a base model, an entry-level model, they don't skimp on the quality, the finishing, and all that. Now, it does not have a screw-down crown, so I hope you're good with that. You have to step up to something like the 005 there on the right to get the screw-down crown. And you also pick up loom and things like that. So yeah, but no, that 259 is a fantastic piece, a fantastic all-around do anything piece. That'd be a very heavy use piece. Let's see. Trump says he's labeling Antifa a terrorist organization. Finally, there are blatant American haters. Okay. Carlos, regarding yesterday chat about yellow gold frog cufflinks, I sent you a photo of them. Yeah, we just looked at them there. Okay. Kevin's in the house. I used both, and the ball works just fine too. Okay. Carlos, I have also sent you 2 photos of 20. Okay, we saw that. And I'm a little behind on the comments. I'm just trying to get caught up. You said Antifa is a group of anti-American thugs. Okay. And G-Shock is the ultimate RIOT watch. Okay. Yes, they are looser than a pivot. Okay. Yeah, I think I'd rather have the pivot then. I like it to be a little tighter. Okay, so Phoenix, what is the what in the world is this? What in the world is this about? Watches to wear if you want to take part in a riot? Is that because it's designed to resist police beatings? No, it's designed to resist all the ramifications of being in a very dicey environment. You know, this type of an environment where you've got gas, you've got fire, you've got percussion, shock, you've got all those kinds of things that you have to be concerned with. And so you might need a heavy use watch that can survive all those things. And I made the argument that this grade 5 titanium that the 231 stunner is made of is highly resistant to chemical attack. And so you might want something that's made of titanium for that reason. I don't think I want something made of plastic. That's going to melt. If ambers get on that, that gets some flames. That's going to melt. So I'm not so sure about the plastic thing, the whole plastic deal. I recommend the solar automatic G-Shock auto illumination for nighttime riots. The 005 would be a good riot watch. There you go, Lance in the house. I really like the polar white dial on the SBGA231. Absolutely. Just get a cheap one that costs nothing to replace, says Phoenix. Sin are excellent tool watches. And Cheetown says hi to Carlos. So yeah, okay, so I got a treat. I got a special treat for you guys. I heard from the custom strap maker, HD Straps, and he has completed my custom strap. Here are some pictures of it in progress. I think I showed these the other day. Let me go full screen on this. Okay. So here are some pictures in progress. This one is, he's got the holes punched and it's not stitched yet. This is the back side without the holes punched. Holes were not punched yet. But you can see how the leather is folded over. See, that's a telltale sign of a high quality strap, is the crocodile in this case is folded over, and then he'll put the holes, and then he'll stitch on the bottom part of the leather, and then these next 2 shots are the finished product. This is the underside. You can see the nice stitching, the nice detail, and you can see how the one keeper is fixed in place. You see that? And then the other one will slide. And then this is the top side. You can see fully stitched. Quality looks fantastic. Now I have to tell you, a full disclosure, I have to tell you that this is a custom to my design. I told him I want him to try to match as close as possible the quality of the original GS strap. So he stepped it up a notch to make this one with the folded over edge and all to the specifications that I wanted to get as close to the original as possible. And if not, even higher quality than the original. If anything, I wanted it to be even better than the original. He's going to ship it to me, and I will let you know when I receive it. I will do a full review, and let's keep our fingers crossed that this thing is awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see. Kevin in the house says new strap, yes, do show. They also have all steel G-Shocks. Yes, I think that's where you're going to need to go. Do they make any in titanium? Because that would be even better. Remember, stainless steel is not as corrosion resistant and not as resistant to chemical attack as titanium. Titanium is heavier duty stuff than stainless. It also resists extreme temperature variations better than stainless steel. So when you're in a flame situation, resisting flames, it might be better. I take the Breitling Adventure Seawolf, possibly use it as a weapon. There you go. Ron's in the house. He says hello. And perhaps a better title for this session would be First Responder Watches. Takes into account fire, police, mill. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, when I say RIOT Watches, I mean, it could be either side. It could be the police side or the perpetrator side. Either side can have a heavy use a watch, a heavy use watch. At least I didn't say looter watch for looters. Is a looter? Is that a word? I read about a female looter that hid 4 Rolex watches in her you-know-what. Estimated at $108,000, probably several day dates. Whoa, how did she get the Rolexes? I would think they'd have those locked up in a safe. I think that might be a rumor. That might be a rumor, an unsubstantiated rumor. I don't know that I'm buying that one. But hey, stranger things. Lance in the house saw your video on the timeless safety razor. It looks really nice. How much do their razors cost? The titanium one is starts at $225, I think. The most recent one I got, and it is amazing. It is amazing. But yeah, go on their website and price out what you would want, and you'll see what the price is. And talk to Matt. I think his name's Matt. Let me double check. As a matter of fact, I got to write him an email real quick. I want to ask him about a longer handle for my. I'm gonna first let me take care of just a little bit of house cleaning here. But I want to ask him about a longer handle for my titanium one. Let's see here. Here we go. So, all right. I'm going to reply to him. I'm going to say one more thing. Is there a reason the titanium ships with a shorter handle? Length. On my stainless unit. Okay. Let's see, one more thing. Is there a reason the titanium ships with a shorter handle? I like the length of the handle on my stainless steel unit. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see what he says about that. Okay, so his name is Matt. He's one of the brothers, okay, at Timeless Razor. So if you decide you want one, write to Matt and tell him you know me. Tell him you're a subscriber and see if he'll work out a deal. But I tell you what, it's a lifetime razor. It's a one and done. You got it, you're done. All you have to do then is buy those cheap Astra blades, which are dirt cheap. And in the long run, you come out ahead because you're going to save a lot of money in the long run for not buying those expensive disposable razors and or those like Gillette Mach 3 and all those things. They're all real expensive, really, to buy those blades. $2-3 a blade versus like 10 cents or something, or 8 cents, or I mean, it's ridiculous how cheap the Astra blades are. And David says, looks like a nice strap, Craig. We will find out, David, when I get it. This is probably just another way to sell things, I think, Phoenix. Okay, I'm not sure what he's asking about. I wonder if any Invicta stores got looted. Almost looks blue, really nice, Jipu. I've seen Hangdot's work on Facebook. He has a lot of fans in the watch groups. Yeah, and this one, he's taking it up to a whole nother level as far as the construction of this particular strap. He's taking it up to a whole nother level. So it's going to be very interesting to see. He said he normally does not make them like this. This takes a lot more time to do it. But he said that he would give it a shot, and then I'm going to give it a head-to-head comparison to the one I have now and see if it's as good as the original strap. If it is, Steve's going to talk to him about having some units custom made, special units for Little Treasury. Because again, this is something that he normally does not offer. Kevin, are you looking into a 14 karat bracelet for the 002? I told Steve to talk to the faux pay people about making something custom up for it, but I don't think he's done anything on that. And it wouldn't be 14 karat, it would be 18 karat. Let's see, Lance, Kevin, he would have to get 18 karat so that it would match the case. Good, exactly. Yeah, but here's the thing. That strap is so comfortable that's on it right now that I really don't want a bracelet on it. It's just so comfortable. I just would not, I don't think I'd want to go bracelet. And I thought I'd never say that because I was never a strap guy, right? But it is just amazing how comfortable that watch is. Look at that second hand. How stunning. Stunner alert. Hey, let's do a time check while we've got this. Let me see if we can do a time check while we've got it on the bench. While we have the stunner on the bench, let's do a time check. Do it like this, right? Okay, that's good enough. It's good enough. Okay. So we're going to do a freeze frame at, let's do it at 30 seconds. Let's do a freeze frame at 30 seconds, right at 30. Bam, we're pretty much right there. Maybe a little early. Okay, so we're at 30 seconds, so 5:33:20. So I've picked up 10 seconds. I've picked up 10 seconds. It's been over a month. It's been almost a week over a month. It's been about that, about 1 week longer than a month. So, we're continuing to pick up a little bit of time. So that's how we're working there. So that's doing pretty good. That's doing pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. Can't complain there. I think it was about a week ago we checked it and it was about 8 seconds. So we picked up about 2 seconds in a week. We're picking up about 2 seconds a week, it looks like. Jipu says, yes, they make G-Shocks in titanium. Now even comes in camo pattern. That would be the way to go then. A titanium G-Shock. Phoenix is in the house. You want to watch that you can wear if you are on a manned mission to the core of the sun. There you go. A watch that can resist the wrath of God. Are you asking for quick release spring bars? That would be a good move. You know what? I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that. Maybe I should. It might be too late. He's getting ready to ship it. I don't know if because I think he has to slightly modify the strap. You don't have to cut a little notch in there to do that. Maybe if these things work out, if they turn out to be really awesome, maybe I will order a brown one and a black one from him, both with quick releases, so that I can switch them back and forth easily. But see, here's the problem with that, is I'd also have to have quick release. No, I don't think I could have quick release on the buckle side. The way the buckle's designed, maybe I could. You're thinking I could have quick release on both sides? On both the buckle side? Well, there'll only be one on the buckle. It'd be the short piece. That's interesting. I don't know how that would work because it's going through the metal. Yeah, I don't know. I think you could only have quick release at the watch head. But yeah, maybe I will order two. If this one works out and is as good as, he says they're all that in a bag of chips. Maybe I'll order a brown, dark brown, a black, and a dark blue, all with quick releases. Maybe I'll do that. That might be interesting. I did look. I don't think it's going to be that easy for me to do this strap switch. I might even make a trip to Little Treasury and let his guy do it. I might do that. That's a possibility. So, we'll see. We'll play it by ear. We'll wait until I get them first and see how good they are. I might be disappointed. I might not like the quality of them. If I don't like them, then it's all a moot point because they ain't going on the watch if I don't like them. So, there you go. Let's see. Does anyone else watch TGV? I'm kind of bummed he's shutting down. Thoughts? I don't think he's shutting down. I think he said he's going to still do some videos. I saw his announcement video, and he didn't say he was shutting down completely. I think he's still going to do some videos. Lance is in the house. Joey Ben, I checked that out right now. I'm using a safety razor, but am thinking about switching to traditional razor like a Gillette. When you say safety razor, what do you mean by safety razor, Lance? Because this is a safety razor. I believe that's what this is, a double-edged razor like this. That is a safety razor. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let's see here. By the way, the pontiff made that comment about, why would he shut down if he's got that many subscribers and gets that many views? He should be making plenty of money and all that. You don't really make that much money off YouTube. Typically, if you get 1 million views, 1 million views is usually good for about $1,000. So, for example, if he released a video every day and got 1 million views on each one, which isn't going to happen, right? Then he'd be making $1,000 a day. So he'd be making a decent income, right? But he isn't going to get 1 million views on each video. So, let's say he only gets 300,000 views, all right? So he's got to do 3 of those to get $1,000. That's 3 days to get $1,000. That's not that much money. So, yeah, it's not that profitable to do YouTube videos. It just is not. So, I mean, you've got to literally have millions of subscribers and be getting millions of views for each video, like iJustine, somebody like her. She makes good money off of YouTube, but, she gets millions of views and has millions of subscribers. And she makes money on other projects and other things she does. I mean, she's just not making money just off her YouTube channel. So, yeah. Will the all-steel version of the khaki field be good? It's not the best for riding, but it going to the last a little longer than the G-Shock and can be used after the riots in a fancy dinner. Yeah, if you're celebrating, that's right. You got to go out to dinner to celebrate. Absolutely. Tudor rhymes with looter. Daniel in the house. I came for the RIOT Watch. Charlie, the tuna. There you go. Are going to sell any of the are you going to sell any of your 4 timeless razors? Jaden in the house. I'll tell you what I would be tempted to sell. I'd be tempted to sell the stainless steel. This is the long handle. This is I love this handle. Very good grip on this handle. So this is a stainless steel long handle with the stainless steel base. I'd be tempted to sell that if somebody made a reasonable offer. And I would be tempted to sell the bronze one. The bronze one I have. I'm definitely going to keep the aluminum one and the titanium one. I like the lighter weight. It turned out I like the lighter weight. A lot of people like the heavier weight. But it turned out I like the lighter weight. Joey's in the house. Lance, Gillette, old school razors from 1950s, 60s are great. Search on eBay. How many Antifas will watch this video? Keep us informed about the YouTube algorithm does with this video. I think they're going to shut this video down is what they're going to do. They might even shut my whole damn channel down. Oh, well. That says easy come, easy go. Joey Ben, there are very cool. Those are very cool. Very cool. I would probably buy a new one from the drugstore, though. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Lance? Are you talking about a safety razor like this? If you are, buy one from Timeless Razors. Don't buy junk. Buy a permanent razor that's going to last you the rest of your life. Somebody says, well, I'd lose it. I mean, what the hell are you going to lose a razor? I don't know, folks. I mean, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I just can't help people. I try my best to help people on this channel. I really do. I try my best. But some people just cannot be helped. Let's see here. Crappy Luxury, I guess, is in the chat. I can't see him. Lance says Seiko Monster is the best watch to wear in a riot. Crappy Good Choice. I assume you were lurking there. Hard to miss this topic. I'm not into the quick release stuff. Feels tacky, says Kevin. Oh, okay, good. So maybe we shouldn't go with the quick release. And Kevin says, oh, I'd like to know if Craig's watch has gold spring bars. I would doubt that. I would doubt that they put gold spring bars in there. But yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I'd be surprised. I think they would want the spring bars to be as strong as possible so you don't lose your watch. And I don't know about putting gold spring bars in there. Is that a thing? Do they do that on like Patek? Do tell. Do educate me. Kevin's in the house. What does he charge for a custom strap? Kevin in the house. I think it depends on what you get. This one he gave me a really good deal on because it's kind of like a prototype. Because the idea is if it works out, then Steve is probably going to order a number of them from him. And I really didn't need the strap. Let's face it, I really don't need it. I've got a brand new strap on mine and it's holding up fine. So I just, to be part of this introduction process, introducing him to Steve and trying to put together a deal here, he's basically doing this prototype for me at a very affordable price. And if it works out, if it's as good as I'm hoping it will be, then I might buy a couple more from him just to have them. But Steve will buy a number of them and stock them for sale. because this is a special custom job here. This is not a normal job. Now, even his normal work on his, if you go to hdstraps.com and look at even his normal work, is pretty good. Pretty good. And he's gotten good reviews in a lot of the forums. So even his normal stuff that, you know, crocodile straps that are like $70 or whatever they are. I mean, even that is good stuff. It's just this is taking it to a whole nother level, this strap. So it's a whole new thing. So hope that clarifies that a little bit. Kevin D. Kevin, I don't think that the spring bars are solid gold. That would be taking it too far and it would be very expensive. Craig, I sent a photo of the one I use. It's a safety razor. Okay, let's look at this. Let's try to clarify this. Let's try to clarify this situation here with the Lancer. Speaking of the 002, let's bring it up on screen there. It is stunning. The 002 is absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lance. I mean, yeah, that's just a cheapie. That's just a cheapie version of what Timeless Razor sells. Yeah, I mean, it's junk. Yeah. Get a real razor. Go to Timeless Razor, pick out the one you want, and get the real razor. Don't use that cheap junk. You know, because you're saving a lot of money by using the safety razor in the first place, so you might as well buy a high quality one. And I'll tell you what, you're going to be amazed the quality of the shave that you get, especially if you get the titanium one. It is amazing how smooth that sucker is. I mean, it's like the difference of night and day over that cheap piece that you're currently using. Cheetown's in the house. I thought the Pontiff said he's technically a millionaire, but he appraised his channels at the Pontiff? The Pontiff says he's a millionaire? Well, the way you're a millionaire is if your assets minus your liabilities equals $1 million. So if he has assets that total, let's say $1 million, and then he has no liabilities, hypothetically speaking here, then he would be a millionaire. But I can tell you right now, his YouTube channel ain't worth $1 million. Nobody would pay him anywhere near that for it. Because first of all, there's too much profanity on there. So no organization would buy it. No individual would probably buy it. So that's worth very little. I mean, he'd be lucky if he could get 50 grand for that channel. Lucky. That would be on a good day. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, I got an email from B&H Photo. I wonder if that unit's in stock. Update from B&H Photo. Let me see here. I'm on a waiting list for a unit. You're receiving this message because you asked to be notified when the Blackmagic Design ATM Mini Pro is in stock, becomes available. We advise you then we'd send you updates so that we will continue. Oh, it does. He says it's still not available. We're going to let you know every 2 weeks until it becomes available. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, B&H Photo. Not available. Oh, well. Oh, well. What can I do? Okay, so let's see what else we got going on. Thoughts on bronze watches? Yeah, I would pass on the bronze watches. I think they look kind of questionable. I don't think I would go there. I think I'd much rather go with titanium. I didn't like the way, people like the patina that bronze gets on it and all that. And my razor, my Timeless Razor that's bronze, it's got that patina to it and all. People like that. I mean, okay, I get it. But no, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan. Let's see. Lance, you are watching too much YouTube. Tim in the house. Cheetown, does anyone recommend any good, medium, aggressive safety razors that are decently priced? Cheetown, don't don't buy something that is, quote, decently priced. Get the best. Buy a timeless razor and be done with it. Unless you plan on losing it, you can use that thing the rest of your life. This is one time where it's worth it, where you can actually buy the best, where you can afford the best. You know, they start out at like $70 or something. I mean, they go up from there, but I mean, you can buy a good one for probably $100. Now you're going to have to pay more for a titanium one, but my gosh, it'll be worth it. It'll be a one-time purchase that will, you know, you'll. I would recommend using it every day. I'd recommend using it every day. So, my gosh, if you're going to be using something every day, why not get the best? That's what I say. Talking about riots, I am 3 episodes into Men Who Built America. Yeah, that's a good one. Men Who Built America is excellent, Jaden. Well worth watching. Jay's in the house. How come everyone is talking about the riots and not about the SpaceX launch that was a success? I watched that I didn't watch it live. I watched the replay. It's okay. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's not like they were sending them to the moon or something. I mean, duh, they fly them up to wherever. I mean, I don't understand why people made such a big deal out of it. Anyway, it is what it is. They always make big deal out of anything that what's his name does. So yeah. Let's see. Carlos is in the house. Craig, your Seiko Shogun has over 800K views. So in a way, buying the watch was an investment. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Some of those videos, some of the watch videos I did really well, but they still don't make enough money really to have it make sense, to have it be your full-time gig. Because like I say, I generally get in between 500 and 700 or so a month from YouTube. And that ain't enough to, you know, to support somebody, right? It's barely enough to pay for my camera gear. Generally speaking, I spend about that much every year on camera gear and equipment, right? So it's kind of a wash. So which is okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's extra revenue, but it's certainly not worth a full-time gig. So there you go. I'm like Clark Howard, just use the cheap plastic razors. Yeah, that's not a good move. Because the cheap plastic razors end up over time being a lot more expensive than using this stunner with the Astra blades. That's a lot cheaper than the plastic throwaway razors, and you're not filling up landfills with plastic throwaway things. The blade, the double-edged blade that you throw away is just that thin little tiny little thing, right? It's a lot friendlier for the landfills. Let's see here. Carlos, I am really enjoying it. I'm getting the itch for more partnerships and deals. Okay. Let's see here. Gold spring bars are a thing. I believe some Rolexes have them too. The idea is the holes in the case can be enlarged when the spring bar metal is harder than the case. Kevin. Well, maybe mine does have them. I don't know. I have no idea. That's a very good question. I don't know what spring bars are in it. I would be surprised, though. I would be surprised. And I would also think it would take a long time for those holes to be, you know, enlarged. I would think that would be a lot of because there's not that much movement where that strap meets the case. There's not, you know, it's not like there's a ton of movement. So I think that's probably another thing that's kind of exaggerated probably in the forums that probably really doesn't happen in real life. Just like, you know, 18 karat gold watches being soft like butter. I mean, that just ain't the case. So yeah. Jay's in the house. I have the same Van Der razor I'll upgrade after I graduate from college with a biochem degree. Jay in the house, biochemistry. There you go. He's a millionaire in the negative. Yeah. Ron says, for riot prevention, I'd be wearing a titanium stunner and a good tactical flashlight, LED lenser, O-light. Okay, there you go. Yeah. What shaving cream do you use? I use a soap, you know, when you take the brush and you swirl it all around and you create the lather. And I've got a couple different ones that I've used. Let me just grab one just to show you. I can't believe we've been going almost an hour already. Anyway, here's the one of them as an example. Okay, and I just take it. I've got a tub that I got from also from Timeless Razors, and I put that in that, and then I just take my brush, which I soak it in some warm water, get it nice and warm, and then I just swirl it all around and get the soap on the brush, and then I use the brush. So it works really well, and these things last a long time. They last a long time. So let's see here. Good point. Flashlight and the fist also good alternative. Yep, space is overrated. Yeah, tactical. You always want to have a tactical flashlight with you. Let's see. Because riots keep people anxious and glued to the TV, better ratings. Absolutely. The media loves this stuff. Jipu's in the house. Yes, it's too big. Okay. The titanium timeless razor costs $225. However, it costs $50 more for it to be polished, so it'll cost you $40 for the stand. Also, it'll cost you $40 for the stand. So there you go. So you got to step up to the polished one. I like my polished one. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. Lance is in the house. I'm sure that when the moon landing happened, but again, that timeless razor, that's a lifetime thing. So that's a thing where I think it's worth it to spend all the money and get just a stellar unit. And then every day you're going to enjoy using that. I mean, talk about getting good value for your money. Every single day you're going to be using that thing and getting a great shave. Lance is in the house. I'm sure that when the moon landing happened in 1969, space exploration was a big deal, but today it's just not as important. Well, also, I think if they were landing on the moon, it would be a bigger deal, too, than just going up into the space station. Durr's in the house. Howdy, folks. And Durr, what did you think about those strap pictures I sent you? Okay, Carlos is in the house. Lance, what happens with the exploration is that you do not know what you get until you get there. In my opinion, is the key for future of humanity via science discoveries. There you go. Tim's in the house. Craig, excellent point about plastic razors being bad for the environment. What about titanium toothbrushes? Good point. Let's see here. Let's see. Casio has a pretty cool titanium watch. Okay. I think we mentioned that earlier. During the house, during a riot, I would wear a Tudor because, number one, I know no one would want to steal it from me, and number two, hopefully it would break during the riot. Good point. Lance is in the house. A lot of Casio's non-G-Shock watches are pretty good. They won't last as long, though. Okay. Your AP offshore can be used as a weapon too. There you go. Cheetown, I have tried Colonel Conk, but it did not provide enough slickness for me. Gave me horrible razor burn. Okay, whoa, okay. All right. I have this and I have other types too. I've never had a bad experience with any of them, but I guess some might. Let's see. Have you seen the reporter that was reporting live playing shot sounds with his phone? No. That's great. Carlos, the offshore is only good for one full force blow to someone. Then it's $3,000 for service. Oh, no. Durr says, the strap looks good, Craig. Hopefully the post office can deliver them in a timely manner. There you go. Well, he says he's going to send it in like 3 or 4 days' time or something. Let's see. I've got something else here. Okay, that's it. And I'll tell you what he said. Let's see here. Trying to find an email here. He's going to send it DHL, so I'll get it quicker. He says 3 to 7 days, so I might even get it later this week. We will see. We will see. Jay says, this may sound like a silly question, but does the GS Snowflake look good on a NATO strap? I've never seen it on NATO. I think it would look great on it. I've seen it on all kinds of different straps. I don't know. I don't remember NATO, but yeah, I think the Snowflake looks good on just about anything. I mean, it's a stunning watch head. I think it looks good on anything. Aren't there boar bristle toothbrushes? I don't know. That's a good question. Cheetown says, my problem is my skin is very sensitive and my beard is coarse. I've used feathers and Winchi and I still can't get a close enough shave. I need a more aggressive razor for minimal passes. Okay. I hear you. And Jay's in the house. I know the Snowflake is kind of a dressy watch, but it also looks like it has a sport vibe to it, like an all-around watch. My only problem is that I heard the so it uses oils for the gears. I don't know what all that means. All right, folks. I'm getting hungry. When I get hungry, I start getting mean. So get your last-minute questions in here. Get your questions in here. And we're going to sort things out. But I will tell you that that 002 is a stunner. And you know what? I might even be able to wear that in a RIOT because it's got the spring drive. That's pretty heavy duty. I might even be able to wear that in a RIOT. I don't know, though. I think I'd probably wear the 231 just to be on the safe side. I'd probably wear the 231 in the RIOT. Okay, Lance just sent, I just had a photo come in from Lance. I just had one come in from Lance. There you go. He's suggesting that Citizen as a RIOT watch. I think so. I wonder if it's titanium. Yeah, I think that would work. Let's see here. Carlos sounds good. Send a photo of it. Craig, is it tacky to wear khaki pants with a suit jacket? Well, if the suit jacket really looks like a suit jacket and not a sport coat, then yeah, I wouldn't go there. But if it's a sport coat, then that's absolutely appropriate to wear it with khaki pants. Now, some suit jackets do look like they could pass as a sport coat, but that's rare. I mean, usually a sport coat is a sport coat and looks like a sport coat. So yeah, that's kind of where you want to go with that, I think. I think you want a legit sport jacket to wear with the khakis, and I do it all the time. I would do that all the time. Like a real nice cashmere sport coat, or a real nice silk sport coat, or a navy blazer, or something made of camel hair. Yeah, any of that. That's all two thumbs up. Carlos, Craig, I sent you a photo of today's lamb, and somebody's laughing. Craig would be bypassing the Air Jordans and Walmart clothes and go straight for the H. Freeman and GS booth. Yeah, you got that right. Okay. All right, so let's go and take a look. I think we got another email. Switch back to the stunners. That are on deck. And Carlos has another email. Wow, this does look good. Okay. This does look good. Gonna make me hungry. Whoa, look at that. Whoa, boy. That Carlos knows how to live. I'll tell you what. Carlos knows how to live. I think next time I will cook for 24 hours. Yeah, tomorrow I'm cooking beans, another batch of beans tomorrow. I'm soaking them right now. They'll soak for about 24 hours, and then I'll cook them. I heard that if the suit jacket was purchased with matching pants, then don't separate them. You want to wear... Yeah. Typically, if it's a suit, the jacket and the pants, I mean, it's really not going to look right. It's going to look like you're wearing a suit jacket with your khakis. It's not going to look right. Again, it depends on the design of the suit jacket and all, but typically that's a no-fly zone. Typically, you don't want to do that. A sport coat is going to look different than a typical suit jacket, generally speaking. Okay, David says, I've worn my navy blue suit jacket with separate trousers when my blazer was at the cleaners. I would not do it all the time, though. Could work in a pinch. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, a solid navy blue suit jacket, you might be able to get away with that because people might think that it's just a blazer. But yeah, it's not going to have the same kind of buttons and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a thing. I mean, I would definitely wear straight up sport jackets. But these days, the way everybody dresses every which way, who knows? Jay's in the house. Sorry, I was running out of words I could type. My only problem with the Snowflake is that I heard that the Snowflake uses oils for its gears to power the watch and oil dries up. No, I don't think you have to worry about any of that. No, that thing's going to run for decades without any issues. You're not going to worry about that with a Snowflake. I would not worry about that at all. Beef serves in the house, getting ready to eat. That lamb looks delicious. Cannot be easier. Only one of the barbecue fires to do you mean maintain to minimum? Okay. Carlos, what spices did you put on it? Thyme and laurel and 4 cups of water. Craig, how about a dark blue sport coat with chinos? Well, yeah, if it's a sport coat, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah, all day long. Yes. Definitely. And Jay's in the house. I know that the oil won't dry quickly in a watch, but if I'm spending high money, then I shouldn't have to worry about my watch being inaccurate because of some drying oils inside. No, it's going to run for decades. You're not going to have any problems. You're not going to have any problems with the Snowflake. It will be accurate for decades. Craig, what's your opinion on Bulova's Accutron movement? I've heard good things about it, but I haven't had any personal experience with it, so I'd rather not say, but, I've heard good things. It might be okay, but no personal experience, so I'd hate to say. But anyway, we've been going, including the pregame show, we've been going more than an hour. So we're going to wrap it up, and hopefully we'll be back. hopefully we will be back. And tune in tonight. Get the popcorn going and tune in, and maybe you'll be able to watch the riots live on YouTube. Watch the riots live on YouTube and see what watches they are actually wearing. And we will go from there. Thank you, everybody. And hey, click subscribe, and do click on the bell so you'll get notifications.